I'm Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. Please visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook to check out our schedule. We have classes available every day, and there's a tip jar there where you can make donations to support us in this time when we're not charging fees per class. So we'll start out today seated, just a couple minutes of grounding, stillness. Sit so that you're comfortable. You don't have to sit the way I sit here. Notice your breathing to let it slow down and get deeper. Feel your contact with the ground. Think about the length of your spine to help you sit tall without being stiff, without being rigid. Just think length. Maybe think of the crown of your head rising towards the ceiling when you breathe in, and feel that grounding contact in your seat as you breathe out. As you're taking in the movements of your breathing, also scan throughout your body, notice whatever's going on for you right now. Making particular note of anything that doesn't feel so good, so that you can keep these things in mind as we practice and take care of yourself by skipping or modifying whatever you like. Whenever your attention drifts, you can just gently nudge it back to centering on breathing, on noticing what's going on in your body, on taking care of yourself. And let's just take 3 deep cleansing breaths and get moving. In through your nose, out through your mouth with a sigh. Let your eyes open. We'll go at maybe a little quicker pace today because we have a little shorter time. Bring your hands out to the sides, rest your fingertips on the floor, staying tall. Inhale, reach your left arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach across to your right. Feel full length from your left hip up through your left fingertips. Inhale, come on up. As you exhale, come into a twist. Bring that left hand behind you. Bring your right hand to your left leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, see about twisting some more. Spending a few breaths to find out how much twist feels like enough. Let yourself unwind, come back through center. Inhale, raise your right arm. Salute. Exhale, reach to the left. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, come into your twist the other way. Inhale, find length. Exhale, explore the twist. And let yourself unwind, come back to center. Let's go ahead and come up onto our hands and knees. Pardon me. Take a little sip of water to help with that. Bring your knees above your hips. Nope, bring your hips above your knees. That's better. And bring your shoulders above your wrists. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale, draw your heart up. Let your head and tailbone come down. Take a few more breaths like that at your pace. Cow pose, cat pose. Maybe the movements get a little bigger. Maybe the breaths get a little longer. After your next exhale, come back to table. Reach your left foot back, press the ball of your foot against the floor for a couple breaths. Feel your heel move away from your tailbone. With an inhale, pick your foot up and reach straight back through the sole of your foot. Feel the front of the hip socket open. Leg lengthening a little more. With the next inhale, reach your right arm out to the side. Bend your knee, reach back. If you can, take hold. Kick against your hand, lift your knee and lift your chin. Release and lower down. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot. With an inhale, pick your foot up and reach straight back. With your next inhale, reach your left arm to the side. Bend your knee, reach back, see about taking that bind. Release and lower down. You can use blocks under your hands for the next transition if you like. Gives you more room to move the legs. Going to step the left foot forward between the hands, step the right foot up to meet it, hang out in forward fold. You might keep the blocks under your hands for support or set them aside. Let your hands hang in the air or drag on the ground. Bend one leg and then the other, sway back and forth. Gently nod your head. And shake your head. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down again. Inhale all the way up, hands overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And let your hands down at your sides. Lift your left shoulder towards your ear. Slide it back and let it down. And then your right shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach out to the sides. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades or take eagle arms. So you could hug yourself like this or intertwine your arms. See about pushing your hands together, either palms together or backs of the hands together. In eagle, you then move your elbows and hands forward and up. Inhale, spread your wings. Exhale, cross your arms the other way, reach for your shoulder. Inhale to open up. Exhale to twist to the left. Take a couple deep breaths. Inhale back through center. Exhale, twist to the right and take a couple deep breaths. Inhale, come back. Exhale, let your arms come down. Inhale, out and up. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up. Look up at your hands, lift up your heart. Let your hips drift forward if they want to. See how much curve your back wants. Inhale to bring yourself upright. Exhale, bend to the right. Feel full length through both arms. Try to keep the left heel on the floor. Inhale to come up. Exhale to bend to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms down. We'll start some sun salutations. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back to a plank. Plank can be like this, or you can let your knees down. Whether your knees are up or down, let your hips come down in line with your shoulders and your knees. Exhale, slowly lower all the way to the floor. Keep your elbows in close by your body. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift your head and chest to whatever height feels okay in your lower back each time we come through. Exhale, rock back up to table. Curl your toes under. Press into your feet to lift your knees. Press into your hands, lift your tail. It's nice to go slow on the first downward facing dog. Walk your dog, pedal your feet up and down. Eventually find some stillness for a breath or two. Feel the back body lengthening. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. When you're ready, from your plank, exhaling lower, halfway or all the way. Inhale to bring your heart forward. Exhale back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, down. Step back to your plank. On an exhale, lower. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Take 3 cleansing breaths. Let your knees down and make your way to child's pose for a few breaths. Vary it however you like, active or passive, knees wide or knees in closer. And just notice your breath. Scan your body again. Inhale, come forward up to table. And make your way slowly back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Bend your knee and stack your hips. Here you could flex your foot and circle your knee a couple times in each direction. Or if you like to, you could flip your dog. If you flip nice and softly, flip back. And square your hip down. Exhale, draw your knee towards your left elbow and take a breath. Inhale, reach your leg high. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose, round your back, and plant your foot between your hands. You can always do this with blocks under your hands too. So if that transition was a little too tricky, blocks under your hands will give you more room to bring your leg forward. Lean into your right hand. Inhale, reach your left arm forward and up and back. Reach up, reach forward, plant your hand again. 2 more times just like that. Inhale and exhale. And come up on your fingertips. Inhale, reach forward, reach up. Crescent lunge, high lunge. If this is too much, you can always take this option, let the back knee down, and then curl the back toes. We're going to rock our hips, and you can do it down here or up here. And we'll add an arm movement to that. Exhale, sink forward, lower your arms, palms down. Inhale, glide up, palms in. Exhale. Inhale. The movement in your legs can be as big or as small as you want. From the top of the movement, let's twist to the right. Right hand goes back, left hand forward. Come back through center, hands by your heart, and twist to the left. Left hand back, right hand forward. You could always bring the front hand to your knee to steady yourself. Come back through center. Take a big push off the back foot and step forward. Inhale your arms straight up through center. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. On an exhale, lower. Inhale to bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Inhale, raise your right leg. Bend your knee and stack your hips. Flex your foot and circle your knee or flip your dog. If you flip, softly flip back. Square your hip down. Exhale, draw your knee towards your right elbow and take a breath. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, draw your knee forward, round your back, plant your foot between your hands. Lean into your left hand. Inhale, sweep your right arm forward and up and back. Exhale, reach up and forward and down. 2 more times. It's like 3/4 of a circle that you're drawing with the path of your hand. And come up on your fingertips. Inhale, reach forward, reach up. Find steadiness in your high lunge. Maybe wiggle your feet to a different position if you feel unsteady. When you're steady, exhale, sink forward, lower your arms. Inhale, glide back and reach up. Smooth, continuous breath, smooth, continuous movement. And then twist to the left. Come back to center and twist to the right. Come back to center. Take a big push off your back foot and step forward. And grab a drink of water whenever you need to. I need one right now. And we'll play with some balancing. See about standing on one leg. Bring your hands to your heart, set your eyes on something at eye level that's not going to move. Shift your weight from one leg to the other with your feet on the ground. You can even let your eyes unfocus. It's more about where your head is aimed than about what your eyes are doing. So picking a spot to stare at eye level helps keep your head in the right position, but you can let your eyes be lazy, let your gaze get fuzzy. Bring the weight to your left leg when you're ready. Let that knee stay soft. Lift your right knee up. Maybe your thigh comes parallel to the floor. Bring your knee out to the side. Bring your foot to your leg. So you might have your toes on the ground, your heel on your ankle. You might have the sole of your foot on your calf or on your thigh, just never on the side of your knee. And let the right knee keep tracking out to the side. Pressing your hands together into your sternum can be very steadying, or you can let the branches of your tree grow to any shape you want. And maybe there's breeze in your branches. There's breeze in the branches outside my window as I'm saying this. Shouldn't have looked at those, they make me wobble more. Make sure you're breathing. Your tree needs air regardless of what your branch is. See what feels good in your upper body. You can put your foot down and pick it up again anytime. Beautiful. Bring your hands back to your heart if they're elsewhere. Bring your knee forward. Let your foot down. Shake that left leg. Shake anything else you want to shake. I like to just shake everything over. When you're ready, bring your hands to your heart again. Shift side to side again, resetting your hips, re-grounding your feet. As many times as you like. When you're ready, bring your weight into your to the side. Bring your foot to your right leg. Find your arm expression, whatever expression is calling you. Maybe you do the same thing again, maybe not. Maybe your shoulders make a loud cracking sound, maybe they don't. And bring your hands back to your heart. Bring your knee forward, let your foot down, shake things out. So with the legs well warmed up, we're going to do something that starts similar. We're going to do it's like a variation on pigeon. It's a way to get into the hips without putting the body weight on the leg like we do in pigeon. Some call this standing half pigeon, which sounds weird, but we start the same way with the hands at the heart and shift side to side. Bring the weight into your left leg and lift your right knee. And then you're going to cross your right ankle above your left knee and turn your right knee towards the floor. Flex those right toes towards your shin. And you're going to start to release in your left leg like you're going to sit with your legs crossed. Bending at the hip and the knee and the ankle. Keep pressing your hands together into your sternum, keeping your spine nice and long. Think about your elbows approaching your knee and your foot, or your knee and your ankle. And sometimes they go low enough and they'll touch there. Sometimes they don't. When they do, it's nicely steadying. And maybe the one elbow finding contact helps the other one down. I never know till I'm coming down whether I'm going to get this far or not. We go as far as we go. Each day is an exploration. If you do get down low and you want, you can take your leg in your hands before you stand up. And that feels really neat in that hip. Shake your leg. It looks kind of funny too, and that's just a bonus. First time I saw someone do that, it made my brain kind of skip a beat. What did she just do? Bring your hands to your heart and shift side to side again. It gives the appearance of like detaching your leg somehow when you hold your leg when you stand up out of that posture. When you're ready, bring the weight to your right leg. Take your time, lift your left knee. Cross your ankle. Dial the knee down. Flex the toes up. Start to release the front of the hip, the back of the knee, the front of the ankle. Keep pressing those hands together and into the sternum. And see how low this side wants to go. Each hip will be different, maybe just a little, maybe a lot. So here I got, on this side, I got one elbow to the leg, and maybe not the other one. And that's okay. It is what it is. That's where we are today on this side. Inhale, slowly stand, uncross, release, and shake. Whew. Now let's have a seat. That'll warm you up if it's chilly where you are this morning. Even if it's not chilly, it'll make you even warmer. So let's sit with legs extended forward and feet flexed back. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Let your knees bend if they want to. When you inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. When you exhale, think of lowering some more. Maybe there's some movement there. Maybe sensation of greater release in the lower back. Inhale, slowly walk your hands up the front of your legs and sit yourself up. And let your arms nudge your legs apart to whatever degree feels okay. Walk your hands down your legs as far as you can. Maybe it's to your knees, maybe shins, maybe ankles, maybe feet. Take your time to bring your left hand over by your right hand and take a couple breaths. Open your right arm to the side and turn your head to the right. Turn your thumb down. Reach the back of your hand towards your left hip. Peel your right shoulder back. Extend your arm again and bring your right hand back over by your left hand. Bring your left hand over to the left foot or left leg. And bring your right hand over by your left hand. Open your left arm toward the side and turn your head towards the left. Turn your thumb down, reach the back of your hand towards your right hip. Feel your left shoulder back. Then extend your arm and bring your left hand back over by your right hand. Bring your right hand back over to your right leg or right foot. And walk your hands up the front of your legs. Sit yourself upright. Use your arms to nudge your legs back towards each other. Bring the soles of your feet together with your heels far away from your pelvis. Big space here. You're going to grab the floor, either reaching under your ankles or over your ankles. And then walk your hands forward, using traction in your arms to draw your body down into this deep pretzel-like fold. Make sure to let your neck disengage and your head hang down. Breathe into the center of your lower back. Slowly walk your hands back and lift your torso upright again. Bring your heels in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers and grab your toes. Wriggle on your seat to bring the bones in your seat closer to the ground and tilt the pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward with your spine long at first. Maybe your elbows press down to the insides of your legs. When your long spine isn't lowering anymore, let your head lower, let your neck disengage, and breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit yourself up. Let your arms do the work. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and lift your knees towards each other. Rest your feet on the mat. Plant your hands out past your hips. Wiggle your feet further apart, maybe to the edges of your mat. Let your knees go back and forth. And you might, as your knees go to one side, turn your head to the other. If you want to explore a bigger movement, you could, as your knees go down to the left, reach your right arm and right hip up. As your knees go to the right, reach your left arm and left hip up. It's kind of like that flip your dog thing we do from Three-Legged Dog, but it's more accessible. Doesn't feel so risky to come into it as it does to transition from Three-Legged Dog to flipped, which is kind of a controlled fall. A mental hurdle to clear when you're first doing it. Bring your feet in closer, about hips width apart. You could check the space between your feet with a block on the middle position. Let's have blocks, if you got them, within reach, and a strap of some sort, strap or a scarf or a towel. Scoot towards your heels, come down onto your forearms, and down onto your back. So you wind up lying down with your heels in as close to your butt as you can get them. And you can put a block between your knees in the same position as I just did with the feet. Press into the soles of your feet and inhale to lift your hips up to bridge pose. If you want to go further here, opening in the heart, you can wriggle your shoulder blades towards each other and clasp your hands under you and reach your knuckles towards your heels. If your hands are clasped, then clasp them. Exhale, slowly come down. And explore floating up and down for a minute at your pace. Inhale to go up. Exhale to come down. You can challenge yourself more by going higher or going slower, or taking extra breaths at the top of your bridge. And when you're ready to, let's take a supported bridge. Lift up, put a block under your sacrum. And come down to rest on top of that block. And just let the block do the work for a minute. If you'd rather, maybe you keep floating up and down. And let's come out of a supported bridge. When you're ready, press into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips up one more time. Remove the block from under you. Exhale slowly. Let yourself down. And just pause after you land. And move the blocks well out of the way. Bring your knees towards your chest, hug your knees. Rock and roll on your back, massage it against the floor. And grab your strap. I'm going to reorient myself in this sequence. Open the strap up and run it under your feet, holding one end in each hand. Without lifting your sacrum off the floor, reach your feet up towards the ceiling. Long legs, long strap, long arms. Back of the head and shoulder blades also remain on the ground. Point your toes up at the ceiling. Point your toes down at your face. Let your feet relax. Slide your feet apart. And slide your feet back towards each other. Take your right foot out of the strap. Press the back of your right leg to the floor and hold the strap in your right hand. Reach your left arm to the side. Draw your leg over to the right and turn your head to the left. Now your sacrum will lift off the floor. Try to keep your shoulders grounded. Then we'll hang out here for a good minute or two. This is a great stretch to do for a few breaths, but it's even more powerful to explore what happens over the course of a couple dozen breaths, roughly 2 minutes. That's about 1 minute.
Slowly come back up to center. Take the strap with your left hand. Press your right hand down on the front of your right hip bone and let your limbs fall over to the left. Try to keep the right side down, the right cheek on the ground. Keep the pelvis from rolling to the left to allow greater opening in that left hip. Nice and gently, bring it all back up to center. Raise your right leg and step into the strap. Take your left foot out. Let your left leg down. Reach your right arm to the side. Draw your leg over to the left and turn your head to the right. Bring everything back to center. Take the strap in your right hand, press down on the front of your left hip, and let your leg fall to the right. Nice and easy, come back to center. Lift your left leg, draw your knees in, set your strap aside. Reach your feet towards the ceiling. Reach your hands up to grab your legs or your feet. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Invert for as long as you like. Whenever you feel complete, make your way to your final resting pose, perhaps corpse pose with legs extended, feet splayed apart, hands out at your sides. But if that's not comfortable, find a position that is. You may conclude your practice in any posture where you can be comfortably still for a couple minutes of quiet breathing, maybe focusing on your breath, choosing something else to focus on, or choosing not to focus, to unfocus. Begin to find some deeper breaths. Let your body explore movement bit by bit. Allow your movements to gradually grow bigger. Taking your time, moving mindfully. When you're ready for bigger movements, gently sit up. And bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing practice this morning. The light within me sees and honors that same light within you. Namaste. Again, Leo Bray here on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. Please visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook to stop by the tip jar and check out the schedule. And questions and feedback are always welcome. Have a great day.